Hi guys, welcome back to Absolute Brushes. If you're new here, I'm Pranjali. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today's tutorial is going to be on the makeup mistakes. So I'm going to be doing a do side which is on my left and a don't side which is on my right. Don't which is right. Wow, that can be a catchy line. I've seen many people do these mistakes and I've also done them in the past, but you don't have to do them. So without further ado, let's begin. The first step is to prep your skin before makeup. On the left side, I'm using the Pond's moisturizer and I won't be applying anything on my right side. It doesn't matter if you have a dry skin, oily or mixed or a normal skin, moisturizer is a must. If you have a dry skin, go for an oil based moisturizer, and if you have an oily skin, go with a gel based moisturizer. If you have a normal skin, you can pick any of your liking, but this step is not optional no matter what your skin type. To moisturize my lips, I'm using the Nykaa lip balm in the shade Strawberry. Next step is to wait for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Don't just start slapping your makeup on top of freshly prepped skin. This can actually make your makeup slip and slide. Another mistake I see people making is either skipping on primers or applying a primer that's not meant for their skin type. For your reference, I have a dry skin type, and on the don't side, I'm going with a pore minimizing primer, which is also a mattifying by nature on my entire face. And on my do side, I'm first applying a hydrating primer by Makeup Forever, and then I'm topping it up with a pore minimizing primer only in the areas I have pores. This one is the Benefit Professional Primer. Now as you can see on my don't side, the sides of my nose has already gone red and flaky, whereas on my do side it hasn't changed its color nor is it getting flaky. For color correction, I see people going in with the shades of orange which is too deep for their skin tone. So on my don't side I'm just doing that. On my do side I'm going for a shade that is a closer match to my skin shade. This one's by Miss Claire. Now as you can see on my don't side, my face looks too orange, which might give an orange tint to my foundation, whereas on my do side you can see how beautifully my pigmentation has been neutralized, and I'll be needing a very little foundation to cover it up. Now when it comes to foundation, I know by now everyone knows to go for a shade that suits your skin tone and undertone, so I'm not gonna lecture you on that. But what I do see people still doing is not choosing a foundation according to their skin type. So on my tone side, I'm going to be applying a foundation that is lighter as well as mattifying by nature. Now mattifying foundations control the oils secreting from your face and are meant for oily skin type, whereas on the do side I'll be applying a PAC HD liquid foundation in the shade 3.9, which is not only an absolute match to my skin shade but also dewy, which will help in moisturizing my dry skin type. I'll only be going with one layer of this foundation. For the areas I feel need more coverage, I'll later go in with a brush to spot conceal, which will not make my face look too cakey. For highlighting on my don't side, I'm going with a lot of concealer which is too light for my skin tone, and on my do side I'm going with a foundation that is only 2 shades lighter than my skin tone. This one's a Nykaa Skin Genius foundation in the shade 2. Now you must be wondering, Pranjali, why didn't you go in with a concealer which is lighter to your skin tone? Well, that's because I'm not trying to cover anything under my eyes. I'm only trying to highlight. A lighter shade of concealer will brighten my under eye, no doubt, but it will also give me an unnecessary layer of makeup as well. And the thicker the layers of makeup, the easier it is to crease and the cakier it will look. So in case you don't have any dark circles or pigmentation, acne, scars you want to conceal, stay away from those concealers. Yet another mistake I see people doing is baking their entire face. Now baking is only for people who have problem of excess oil secretion or creasing of the makeup. If you don't face these issues, skip on that powder or just set in the areas that crease like I'm doing. I'm only setting the areas that crease, and I'm using the Masterfix Setting Loose Powder by Maybelline. For contouring, I've seen people use a very deep shade of concealer which later on becomes a nightmare to blend, as you can see on my don't side. Whereas on the do side, I'm going in with a concealer that is only 2 to 3 shades darker than my skin tone. This one's Wet n Wild Duo Stick in the shade medium. And as you can see on my tone side, the contour looks too deep and unnatural, whereas on the other side it looks nicely structured and natural. The next mistake I see people making is going in with a blush that is too deep for their skin tone, which becomes difficult to blend. For my do side, I'm going in with a blush that is more suited for my skin shade. This one is from Ofra Cosmetics Signature Palette. And here you can see on my do side, my blush looks so natural and rosy, whereas on the don't side it looks like somebody just punched me in the face. Another common mistake I see people making is skipping on that setting spray. A setting spray not only makes your makeup long lasting, but it also melts in all the powders on your face, thus giving a very natural look. For highlighter, I see people not only going in with a very light shade of highlighter but also highlighting the areas they don't need to highlight. Like I already have a huge forehead and a chin, so highlighting them would make them appear more larger. So on my do side, I'm going in with a highlighter shade that suits my skin tone, and I'm only sticking to the tops of my cheekbones and my nose. For lips, I see people overlining the entire top and bottom of the lip, which looks pretty odd, whereas what you should be doing is only overlining till the cupid's bow and the middle area of the bottom lip so that they look more natural and pouty. And the lipstick I'm using here is a liquid lipstick by Maybelline in the shade 20. And here's the close-up of both the sides. I don't know if you can make out or not, but the don't side has already started to peel and stretch my skin, whereas the do side looks more enhanced and natural. Let me know if you enjoyed this video and want a part 2 in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I post several videos a week. I've left the link to my social media accounts in the description box down below in case you want to follow me there. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.